Many of us are asking, how did we get here? Mother Nature is not limitless. She has spoken. I need a break. I need a reboot. You can't poke your parent and not expect consequences. I think we all understand this now. Still, we're hopeful that few of our loved ones die because of our actions. This image may be insensitive to what people are going through at the moment, but it speaks a truth we have to consider. Is this pandemic our warning of things to come? As the world grapples with COVID-19, it cannot afford to ignore an even more serious global emergency that will persist long after the pandemic has passed: climate change. Last month, the UN issued a dire report warning that the world is way off track on its commitments to cut emissions under the Paris Agreement. Higher atmospheric and marine temperatures will bring more deadly heat waves, catastrophic storms, rising seas, food insecurity, health crises, and mass displacement. These risks to life on Earth cannot be saved or corrected by a vaccine. Emissions have dropped sharply since this pandemic virtually shut down entire economies and most air travel. They will most likely surge again as the world economy roars back to life after this pandemic. After the 1950s, we had the Great Acceleration, as some experts call it, where human populations started to grow, international travel increased, and carbon pollution rose. We began changing the edges of our existence, spilling further into natural habitats. We began connecting ourselves more intimately and rapidly with our global neighbors. And we transformed ecosystems rapidly, which has brought about climate change. We have a very anthropocentric view of the world. It's sort of all about us, and we don't care until it causes a pandemic. We are a species with an oversized impact. Mother Nature is creating a curve that is pushing back on this species. Animal health, human health, and environmental health are all interconnected. This pandemic proves that. A virus that most likely started in a forest on the other side of the planet is impacting the health and livelihood of a lot of us here in Canada today. Climate change means we will most likely be dealing with more and more interconnected issues. In Canada, we just have to look at the spread of Lyme disease, which keeps marching further and further north as conditions warm and become more suitable for ticks' survival. We need to become more thoughtful stewards of the natural world. Recycling and reusing are great, but we have to reduce our footprint. It is evident in the news that during this pandemic, humans are a species that have great capabilities to love our neighbor. We act in very altruistic ways. Our frontline healthcare workers risking their lives each day to save others. Wow. What if we viewed the deer in our backyard, the bear fishing for salmon in our rivers, or the tree absorbing CO2 from the atmosphere as our neighbor? What if we change the meaning of we from one or more other people considered together to one or more other species considered together? What choices would we make then? I get confused when the very thing that gives us life, Mother Nature, we choose to not save through our actions. She gave us a beautiful gift: wisdom. I have to ponder through wisdom on my actions. I know it is a fine balance for all of us. The manner in which we are handling this pandemic is just one more example of humans' ability to rally and be innovative. It is so impressive, the human spirit. We have the spirit and the know-how, so let's continue and rally around climate change. We're in this together. We're all interdependent on each other, and we all need each other to do the right thing today, tomorrow, and for our future.